Hey guys, Krzysztof the Polish Geek and welcome to another movie review. A review of Project Hail Mary. And yes, because there is nothing but praise for this movie. Like, everyone's saying, oh, best movie of the decade, oh, one of the best sci-fi movies ever, best movie in many years. So many praises for this movie. And yes, I've been anticipating this movie. Like, I've been interested ever since the very first trailer came out because the premise sounded promising and all that. And then when the movie actually came out and I learned it was also based on the book, that's when the even more praises came out and plenty of people were saying, who apparently read the book, how faithful it is to the book and all, and that it could even be half as good as the book and it would be good enough adaptation, but it's more than just half as good. Like, I haven't read the book, by the way, so I'm judging it as a movie-only experience, but yeah, when the movie actually came out and there have been so many praises for this movie, like, I got even more curious and interested in this movie, like, what the fuss is all about, and I couldn't wait to watch it finally. Especially that here in Poland only came out yesterday, but plenty of people had early viewing. So, I went to see this yesterday finally, and does the movie live up to the hype? Well, I say, yes it does. On the first glance it might seem that the plot is very similar to Interstellar, but it's actually very different in many ways. Yes, you can make an argument that the basic premise in broad strokes is pretty much similar, which is the Earth is about to die and a man is sent into space to save Earth, but other than that, the details actually are very different. And what I love about it is that I was expecting an epic science fiction movie, and the movie certainly had elements of an epic science fiction movie, but ended up leaving the theater feeling so emotional and so invested in the story of the two characters that we'll talk about soon. Actually, like, I didn't have the movie to have as much emotion as it did. There were several moments where I was feeling just so emotional in my heart, and I was almost this close to crying actually. And keep in mind, it's nearly impossible to make me cry during the movie actually. And this is not only because of a very well written script, but also largely because of the phenomenal performance by Ryan Gosling. Like, Ryan Gosling just knocks it out of the park in his role. Like, Ryan Gosling is in general a great actor, but I think this is by far one of his best performances. Like, he's amazing. He manages to make his character of Dr. Leland Grace really likable, and that you very much feel his emotions, and he manages to basically convey emotions plenty of times without uttering a single word. And don't get the idea, he does talk in the movie, but plenty of times he also manages to convey emotions that he's feeling without uttering a single word at the moment. And he's just excellent. Like, again, this is one of the most amazing performances by Ryan Gosling. Like, he's so amazing in the role of Dr. Leland Grace, and in many ways this feels like very much, there are other human characters in the movie as well, but this is largely very much a story about Dr. Leland Grace, as well as Rocky, this rock character Rocky that he befriends, that we've all seen in the trailer, because yes, the large part of the movie comes from their friendship, and we'll get to that soon. But another thing I really want to compliment in this movie actually is the use of bright colors, because if you notice that movies don't really use bright colors these days anymore that much actually. I mean, you can actually see even some videos on YouTube actually saying how older movies had such bright colors, while the recent movies have more this of like grayish darker atmosphere, which is not something that you often think about these days, unless you see these YouTube videos, of course, that remind you of that. But now that I saw this movie, it very much shows how movies these days don't really use that much of bright color, but this movie very much goes all with the bright colors, which is good. Like, I really like that, because that shows that bright colors often work for movies better, and that only made me wish we had more movies with bright colors. Or maybe this actually for the best, that way this one would be special, but whatever. I really love the use of bright color in this movie, and overall the visuals in this movie were really excellent. Like, especially the visuals in space, they often give you this sense of wonder, sense of the unknown, capturing perfect essence of space. Like, and I speak as someone who's very fascinated by space. I love space, actually. Of course, you can't have a great movie without having a great story with likable characters, and I think the story of Project Hail Mary is really awesome. What I love about this story is the deep themes and messages. Like the themes of the story is how one simple man can change the entire course of destiny and future. And this is the message that plenty of stories before that amazingly well conveyed, but I think that this one conveys it in an entirely new way, and I love that. Like it conveys it in a new, unique way that makes it all feel very fresh while also universal. But another deep theme in this movie that very resonated with me is our need for friends, need for some connection. Because Dr. Leland Grace actually doesn't have any family on Earth. Like his only reason he wants to stay is because he is passionate about teaching science to the kids. So, and basically he sees it as his only human connection. So that's why he initially doesn't want to take the mission, because again, he just wants to stay and keep teaching science to the kids. But then he gets sent on this mission anyway, kinda against his will, but you'll see more when you actually see the movie. Actually, I'm not getting into specifics of that. And then he forms relationship with this alien rock organism, and then he names him Rocky, and then they develop this close bond and friendship. And this is largely the heart of the story, actually. Their deep friendship, their deep friendship and connection. And I think it's amazing how the movie made me so deeply care about just this creature made of rocks, actually. But again, that's really the true heart of the story, their deep friendship and bond that they formed. Because again, Dr. Leland Grace has been sent to Earth, and then this rock organism has been sent from his planet to save his planet on the other hand. And it's understandable that they would initially form a connection because they have a mutual mission and similar interests, but over time, again, they develop this very close bond and friendship. And once again, this is the true heart of the story and reinforces the need of how much we all need to connect with someone. Because once again, Dr. Leland Grace, he's very much alone in space. Like the several scientists that were sent with him pretty quickly died. So he's all alone there. And once again, the main message of this movie is how we all need friends, people we connect in our life to. And I think the movie has conveyed it amazingly well with the relationship between Dr. Leland Grace and Rocky. And once again, this is really the true heart of the story. And I think their friendship, their chemistry and all of that was done really amazingly well. And the ending is also so emotional. It's pretty satisfying and happy actually, but it's also so emotional and it resonated with me so well. But overall, yes, Project Hail Mary very much, I think, lives up to the hype. Like again, it's a really great story, really great characters with great character relationships, spectacular performance by Ryan Gosling, as well as really great visuals and cinematography that truly capture the sense of wonder. And I once again compliment the bright color usage in this movie. But that's also made me realize that people often say Hollywood doesn't do original ideas, which is true actually. We live in a world of sequels, spin-offs, and all that. But that movie made me think about something else. Maybe Hollywood could actually start doing more book adaptations. Like, that could bring them lots of success. I mean, I don't trust most people in Hollywood anyway, so maybe it's best if they don't, but if they actually can start finding passionate people that actually care about the source material, then maybe this is a solution to great stories. Go back to doing more book adaptations, as plenty of decades of Hollywood's existence proved. Adaptations of great books that, with passionate directors and all, generally work very, very well. Like, look at still my favorite movies of all time, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And Harry Potter adaptations were great, and now that we have Dune as well as this, that also works amazingly well. And there are still so many books that haven't been adapted, so maybe if Hollywood truly wants to start gaining an audience back, then maybe instead of dumb spin-off sequels, reboots, remakes and milking the franchise to the ground, why not just start doing more book adaptations of things that haven't been adapted yet, and there are plenty of those. I mean, again, I don't really trust Hollywood would now be doing justice these days, but as this movie proves, if you can just find passionate people that actually care about the source material, then actually doing more book adaptations could really bring Hollywood back on track. But once again, I really loved Project Hail Mary, and it's the best movie of the year for now, and by far much better than any movie from last year, actually. So, thank you all of you for checking out this video. Press the like button, please subscribe to this channel, and I will talk to you soon in another video. Talk to you then, bye!